Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Good afternoon, Kitchener, Waterloo, and listeners all around the world. This is DJ JD, and oh, there she is. What's up, buddy?
Yes.
Thanks for calling in on the show here.
Are we doing it right now?
Yeah, well, why not, man? We might as there is no such thing as doing it right now. Our flow, that's all it needs to be, man. It's gold.
So what are we doing?
This is the show. It's like that Seinfeld pitch, like that Seinfeld episode. This is the show.
This is the show, huh?
This is the show.
All right, well.
Just don't swear. That's it. And obviously, anything that'll get us Me Too'd or.
So, what are you just recording it whenever we start talking then, or what?
You're already going. The phone. Right, that's the thing. The phone call, the ring, is the beginning of the recording.
All right.
You're good. Don't worry about it. What's good though? What's good with you?
Well, just same old stuff. Just last couple days off.
We gamed it hard yesterday, all day yesterday. We watched that race. We gamed a little bit.
It's a good race. I thought it was a good race. I mean, it was some tightly knit battles. Drama there at the end, which is always good.
The whole 4 hours that race was going down for. That was the most exciting part of the whole race.
I mean, who doesn't love a little push and shove match, right?
Truex Jr. locked into the championship to Miami, so he can take it easy for 3 weeks.
I think he's going to be your champion. I think it's going to be down to
bold prediction early, eh?
It's going to be
you
down
probably
to him
said
or
that
Hamlin.
months ago. Anyway, he led 464 of the 500 laps. So
it's the most laps he ever led in a race.
Yeah, that was what Kyle Petty in 92 or something like that did that much or something
most,
like that. Yeah,
second most that Truex was the last time he led that many laps. So not that many, but around that number was the Coke 600 back in 2016, I believe.
What about Iron Byron?
Oh, will it be?
He had a little bit of he had some steam at the end there.
Will it be? I think if they would have caught that lap traffic a little bit sooner, I think he could have definitely put up a fight, I think.
The second's pretty good.
Second is good.
Yeah.
Tied is, I think he's finished second twice now.
I was hoping he was going to win that, because then that would have stinked up the show for some of the chasers.
Would have.
Keselowski also third, Hamlin fourth, and Blaney rounding off the top five. Rounding off the top 10, Kurt Busch, Harvick, Logano, Larson, and Newman in his bus paint scheme.
Newman in the bus. Yeah, he's toting it around like a bus. That was for sure.
The lowest
Larson,
finishing.
Good job for Larson.
Yeah.
He was struggling all day. Nice
Come
to
back
see him
to
get a
salvage
top 10.
a little bit. He had the best salvage job. The lowest finishing playoff driver, Chase Elliott, who was 36th out of the 38 car field, who was 55 laps behind the leaders. That not looking good for Chase.
No, it's a must-win situation now for Chase. So he's good at mile and a half, so he might have a shot at Texas this next week. So you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Kevin Harvick minus 14, Blaney minus 15, Larson minus 24, and Elliott minus 44, all below the cutoff line after the first race, which of course was a good race. I think after the end of it, but
I think guys that are like Blaney and Harvick, I think they can easily point their way into that last spot, because we're going to assume that there's going to be a Chase driver that wins the last two races, right? So Larson and Elliott are pretty much must-wins, I think. I mean, you never know, but
so some other performances that are well noting. Matt Crafton, he finished 25th, filling in for Matt Tifft, who had a medical issue on Saturday. His car finished 25th in 4 of the last 5 races. So David Reagan, season high 11th at Martinsville. So
it's impressive in his last season.
Yeah.
So.
And then some of the other losers were Jimmy Johnson, who found himself at the wrong place at the wrong time. couldn't avoid Arik Almirola's car with that wreck there at, I believe, Kyle Busch cause. That was the one, right? When Buddy and Buddy were going at it there?
There was a scuffle there, and Jimmy Johnson unfortunately ended up with the worst of that.
Obviously a favorite going into depending on who you are, a favorite going into Martinsville.
Yeah, I know, it's just amazing how quickly
he had a good few races though. He had a good month or two. He was kind of like finding himself. If you look at a graph, he was going up. He was doing good. Boyer, another person who had multiple issues during that entire race, caused like 2 or 3 cautions. So yeah, that was it was a tough race for some of those fans out there, especially if you're a Joey Logano fan.
Yeah, Joey Logano does not make very many friends come playoff time.
No. Especially, he was upset with Hamlin for some contact late in the race, and he went over to him and they gave him that old Joey Logano tap, that shove, and I guess he walked away. He ran behind his. I'm not trying to be biased, but he ran behind his pit crew, and obviously Hamlin wasn't having much of that, and it was pretty funny. Hamlin's impersonation there. You're pretty good at it. You're pretty good at Hamlin's impersonation of Logano.
I'm not going to do it right now.
No, come on, man. You can do it.
No, just short track racing.
Just short track racing. Yeah, that definitely Logano was at the butt of all that, and Hamlin came off as like the hero. He's like, if in wrestling terms, he's a face now.
Yeah, he went from everybody hating him when he dumped Chase Elliott, and then now everyone likes him now.
I think it's
probably
not,
funny. But
no, yeah, maybe not. But yeah, like that fight was pretty good though. It got me fired up, and I think Logano ended up regretting it at the end because of course.
I believe there's talks about a fine or suspension towards a crew member that grabbed
they hinted
Hamlin,
today. They were on the Monday Drive today. Steve O'Donnell, NASCAR Executive Vice President and Chief Racing Development Officer, he addressed the issue, and NASCAR had met with after the race with Travis Giesler, competition director at Team Penske, and Todd Gordon, crew chief for Joey Logano, and the unnamed Team Penske crew member who threw down Hamlin. I actually thought that I saw a Joe Gibbs guy, accidentally, she was trying to push off Hamlin, and he kind of tripped on whatever. That's what I thought I saw. I didn't know that a Penske guy threw Hamlin.
There's a lot of bodies in that little scuffle, so it's kind of hard to exactly pin without all the camera angles, but
because there was a fight on the Xfinity race a couple weeks ago, and they didn't, between Cole Custer and Tyler Reddick, and they didn't issue any penalties for that, so they were just kind of letting it be.
Didn't.
So
in my opinion, they shouldn't.
Yeah, no, I don't think this situation. I can't believe they're even bothering doing that, but whatever. That's whatever.
I mean, the only time they'd need to step in is if someone were to throw a jacket at something at somebody. You know what I mean? Using a weapon of some sort. I mean, that's when you need to step in. But you need to just let them handle that like men. Just do.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see just more of a fight. That really was it was a fracas. There wasn't a scuffle or scrap. I had said it was a scrap on the CKMS Wide World of Motorsports Facebook page, which you can of course check out Facebook and Twitter at CKMSWWOM. But yeah, there was. I thought it was more of a fight, but it wasn't. It was just more of just a little run-in. Another run-in that happened, Stuart Haas Racing's Arik Almirola, he says that he's going to make Kyle Busch's NASCAR Cup Series playoff run hell for him after the pair clashed yesterday. Almirola and Busch were battling inside the top 10 on lap 361 of 500 when Busch tapped Almirola's Ford through turn 3 before the SHR driver retaliated at the corner. Busch then hit Almirola at turn 4 shortly after the pair were ended up spinning out and leading Almirola and Jimmy Johnson retiring for the race. And in the post-race, at the infield care center, Almirola was not happy in an interview, and he said he's going to make it hell for Kyle Busch for the next couple weeks. What do you think about that as a Kyle Busch fan? How's that hearing some of that?
I just think that I'm not trying to be biased or anything. I'm trying to look at it straightforward as it is. I think Almirola was just I think he was obviously upset.
Yep.
I don't really expect to see any retaliation, to be quite honest. I could be wrong, but I mean they're gonna be racing hard against each other. Busch is not gonna press the issue, but Almirola will for sure because he's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
So
it's like I don't know, man. That's a lot of balls though. I give props to Aric Almirola for going after Kyle Busch like that. Even on Saturday, what's his face was like Todd Gilliland. He won the race. And he said, obviously he apologized for it later on, but he said, I don't know if he told Kyle directly or he just said, tell Kyle to stay the F in his hauler or in his motorhome. Don't bother coming down to Victory Lane. I don't know what's all this hate. And I'm you know me, I'm not trying to be a what, but like I'm just saying, what's going on? Why is everyone hating?
I think a lot of people don't like Kyle Busch's attitude. It's that simple. Okay. He's very blunt with things. He's stated in the past how he's more or less embarrassed of his drivers not winning.
Yeah.
Because every time he steps in a truck, he can win. No problem. I mean, it's no contest. So it's not the equipment. It's that person behind the wheel.
Yeah. So. Fair enough. Another driver that people had obviously an attitude problem. People had a problem with. He just announced today Tony Stewart was making a stock car return to Circuit of the Americas for a test run, which is in conjunction with the F1 race that will be at Texas next weekend. And it's interesting. It's going to be cool. It's going to be. I think I like Tony Stewart. It's going to be cool to see him back in the stock car on Thursday.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see old Smoke behind the wheel again, other than having a little dirt car,
do something different. Hop into the number 14 Stewart Haas Mustang. 20 turns this track. It's going to make a demonstration one, 3.426 miles. So that's a pretty decently sized road course. I don't know if you've seen Circuit of the Americas.
I have.
But I don't know if there's been any NASCAR testing or whatever at Circuit of the Americas. There might have been, because they're probably allowed to test there, since they're not allowed to test at certain cup tracks.
A NASCAR sanctioned track, yes.
So I'm thinking, it's just a demonstration run, but we've seen this, sometimes we see when these demonstration runs happen, sometimes there's some eyes on it. What do you think there's gonna be some eyes?
You never know. I mean, it's you never know. It's a popular venue, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Never know. Could see it down in the future. Maybe NASCAR we're going to deal with them over there, and who knows?
I think that would be pretty sick. Not gonna lie. But yeah, that's everything that's just happened. Obviously, Todd Gilliland won the Xfinity race or the truck race on Saturday. Not sure. I think Lewis Hamilton won the F1 race. So the wide world of motorsports obviously coming to a close in this since winter is happening. It's snowing for you now, so obviously there's no racing going on over there.
Yep. No.
So it's wrapping up. There's 3 more races. It's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen. I don't know, the final 4. Just imagine if Chase does win. That's going to stink some stuff up for a lot of people. Kevin Harvick's looking like he's not going to make it in. I think it's pretty set though, the final 4 already. So
yeah, I mean, you got such a good point lead that Busch has accumulated, and Hamlin, and
so
I don't know. They're gonna have to have a catastrophic issue to happen.
We're looking at 3 JGR Toyotas. That's going to be pretty hard to beat at Miami at the end of November, I think.
Yeah, but how cool of a story would it be to have, obviously, a non-JGR guy beat up those 3 at Homestead, if that were the case?
Which, obviously, a lot of people would like to see, right?
Absolutely.
So throughout this show, I'm going to split it up. You're going to be happy because I have some Green Day on the playlist today, followed by U2. So that's pretty cool. get a couple of our favorite bands in there. So we're gonna play a bit of Metallica and Iron Maiden next, though, and then we're gonna get back a little bit later. We're gonna end off the show with some Green Day and U2. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Joe, thank you for calling in, and
always a pleasure.
It's always a good time to have you on the show. It's been a while.
It has. I can't remember when it's.
A couple years.
It has been a while.
And this is weird. I'm doing this I'm doing this a different way than we did last time. So I'm surprised this actually worked. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this is neat. So,
but yeah,
so calling as much as I can.
So when you go on Facebook, to tell all your people that you have on your followers list to go on to www.radiowaterloo.ca/listen, where you can listen, of course, worldwide and mobile friendly. Or if you're someone who I know, and the unfortunate people that know me, Rogers Digital Cable Channel 946 in Southern Ontario, or 102.7 on the FM dial in the Waterloo region. Or, of course, you can check us out on Facebook and Twitter at CKMS WWOM. Hopefully we'll get you on the show sometime soon. I know you're busy. You're a busy guy.
I think we can. I think we can possibly do it. We can do something for the
Definitely
finale.
For that. Yeah,
for
it's going to be big.
For Homestead or something.
It's going to be huge. Absolutely huge.
Sure, we can figure something out there.
Well, we're going to play Metallica, The Outlaw Torn, and Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark. A little bit of a tribute to Halloween this week.
Yeah,
nice. Very nice. Great
I
success. This was great success. I went into the future and I listened to this one and it was good. So that's good. That's it. We're gonna play some music right now. I'm gonna shut up. Here's Metallica. Some great songs. We started all off with Metallica, The Outlaw Torn, Iron Maiden, Fear of the Dark, and we played Ozzy, Shot in the Dark. And we're here with my buddy Joe.
By the beard of Zeus, do you play good music? My goodness.
Thank you for calling in today, being the guest co-host today. It's always good to have you on the show, sitting, chilling out, playing some games, listening to some music. Yeah,
music's it should be an important facet to everybody's life. I mean,
that's why I'm in this.
Can you imagine life without music? Man,
it's hard to imagine that. I wonder. I don't think it would. I honestly don't think there would be life.
It'd be a lot boring. I'll tell you that. A lot more boring.
This is turning into the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, we're getting pretty deep here, fellas.
Getting pretty deep here. Yeah, that's what she said.
What's wrong with that? Yeah, there you go. Michael Scott. Great quote.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely. We're just chilling here. Thank you for Did I just take a stroke? Thank you for staying tuned to the Underground Sound Project and how CKMS Wide World of Motorsports. We were just talking about some NASCAR. Kicked off the show. A lot of good stuff happening. Then let's talk about some basketball.
Yeah, basketball. Good stuff. I know that the Lakers are not starting out like everybody wanted them to. You know, everyone loves the Lakers. They either love them or hate them. I, for one, hate them.
And with the Clips loss the other day too, same thing with them.
Yeah. Jazz opened up with OKC. Being a Jazz fan originally from Utah, I'm in Colorado now. I will never be a Nuggets fan. It's just sacrilegious.
Sacrilege.
Jazz are 2-1 right now. They won against the Kings the other night with a blowout win, 113-81. Donovan Mitchell putting in some work, man. He's definitely showing that he was. I mean, his rookie year he was great. His second year was kind of so-so, and you know, I think it's going to take them a while. It's going to take them a few games to get back into a rhythm. I was worried about old Bogdanovich the other night when he rolled his ankle and he had to sit out for a little bit, but he seems to be doing okay.
He scored the game the other night, yeah.
He scored like 20. I think it was 24 points in 25 minutes. Like that's
pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So and then,
Did you see that post I tagged you in?
I did. That's basketball player. I mean, I'm sure there's some that do wear cups, but
I don't know if he was.
he definitely was not.
So,
I
like,
don't think he
basically,
was.
for people who, it's hard to describe this, but I guess he ended up on his back right below the hoop, and someone just like I don't know, the ball was just falling. Maybe someone shot it after the buzzer went or the whistle went, and it just fell. It went through the hoop or went over the hoop and just fell right on his nads.
Yeah,
his
you
gonads.
you gotta protect those McNuggets, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have to. And
but you don't know, like, that's what's the chances of the ball landing right where
everyone
you're landing
laughed at it. He even laughed at it.
The bench was hysterical.
There's a
Joe
good
Ingles,
camera angle on it too.
Clip of Joe Ingles laughing on the bench. He knew what happened. But yeah, it's just you get those rare occasions where it does not feel good.
Yeah, no.
I've been hit.
I think a lot of guys know.
I've been hit there once. I've been hit there
feel
once.
it right
and
as
it's
they're
not
hearing
fun.
it right now, as we're saying it. You get that. You feel like throwing up.
Yeah. But,
Raps are they're doing pretty good. With
Siakam, great job with them giving him the max deal.
Siakam, they're giving it to him now. He's becoming definitely a superstar.
He's basically the face.
Yeah.
Beside Kyle Lowry,
he's becoming the go-to
the
scoring
Raptors.
option now that Leonard has moved on, and it's been a theme since training camp, and even in the preseason there. So it's only been a couple games. They've had one loss. They lost against the Celtics, but it was a close game. There's too many turnovers, but there's tons of offensive fouls that are just like BS. Even Nick Nurse saying that's like the most he ever saw. But they played against the Bulls. They definitely gave them a whipping on Saturday night, and then both the Jazz and the Raps had day off.
The Bulls really
yesterday,
haven't been the same since Derrick Rose left when he was injured and stuff a couple years ago. I mean, they haven't been really relevant really since he left, but they're kind of just they're I don't see them making the playoffs whatsoever, but could be wrong. They don't have Jimmy Butler. He left. He played for the Bulls, right?
Yeah,
I think he did. Yeah, he did. And then he's in Miami right now.
So that's a tough division. It's going to be obviously with KD going to Brooklyn this year.
The West is the toughest division,
right?
By far.
Yeah. But now since Kawhi obviously went over there, and
it adds some weight over the East for sure.
But they played tonight.
Even though he was, So
the Raps played tonight against the Magic. They're going to sport their old school look and old jerseys, old court, the old dinosaur.
I gotta say, I love the throwbacks.
Absolutely,
I absolutely love any team that does the throwbacks. I love.
We saw the Jazz the other night. That was a great throwback.
That blew '90s fans out of their. Shoot! They blew '90s fans out of their mind with the throwback jerseys.
Yeah. And again, like you see. You see all that.
that out?
Oh yeah, I can. We're good.
Okay.
You see that all around the league, and it's always cool. So, but yeah, we're gonna be keeping an eye on the basketball game tonight while we're gaming. I'm gonna have the game on the side screen. We're gonna have to try to find another Utah Jazz stream.
Being in Colorado, I can't really
stream.
watch Jazz games. It's completely Denver market,
That's a
obviously.
sweet stream
so.
we found the other day, though. Like it was like they were showing.
And we don't
halftime
condone
stuff
illegal
and-
streaming here.
Yeah.
We don't
do
condone
that,
that.
but-
Pay the money for the NBA League Pass. We don't illegally stream
Yeah, exactly.
things.
It was a good stream on that NBA pass.
Yes.
It was.
We'll
you
just
can
go with
see
that.
all like the stuff they do in between, like the penalties, or sorry, between the foul and the TV times out and stuffs. You can see all the stuff that's going on.
You can stick. It's other than being at the arena, you can get the fan vibe, like all the little.
It's pretty
Every TV timeout, every long timeout, they're always giving gifts to fans somehow, or they're always doing some fan engagement, and I think that's really neat.
Well, so maybe someday we'll see you in the crowd there. We'll see you dance like a wet boy.
Possibly. I'm gonna try to go to the 2 Denver games the Jazz play here. I'll be right behind the bench every time. I buy tickets behind the bench every time. So I'm not gonna get any other seat because it's such a rare occasion that I gotta go for the gusto, right? So.
Yeah. So a couple of we're gonna play some music to end off the show.
Okay. So does that mean I get requests?
Yeah. You know what? We'll give you a couple of requests.
You know, I almost guarantee you've never played this on your show, and we're gonna see if you can pull it out.
It's your request, probably not.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, of course, right? As everybody knows that's listening, that's heard me before, I like Green Day. So I'm going to pull out Sweet Children by Green Day, back on their 1039 Smoothed Out Slappy Hours album, their very first album, by the way. Not Dookie. Everybody thinks Dookie is their first album. It's not. It's their third album. So there's some Green Day knowledge thrown on some of you folks out there. So, but and then can we do? We might as well go from one spectrum to the other. Can we do Father of All?
So something new and something like
something new and something old.
Yes.
Yeah.
First, the newest and oldest. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to throw in. I don't really like to play out or pull out the U2 much. I used to do that all the time in all the years that I've been doing this, but I've been doing it a lot less. I'm going to pull out the U2 today. I'm going to pull out a soundtrack version of Until the End of the World, which is off of Achtung Baby. This version is kind of more like a demo version.
It's a great album.
So, yeah, it is. It's gonna. I think they're gonna go Green Day and U2. Like they've obviously already done that crossover. They go together good. So we're gonna end off the show with that today. Joe, thank you for calling in all the way from Colorado today. Snowy Colorado.
No problem. Yeah, it snowed a little bit here, but it's sun's trying to peek out. So hopefully it'll melt by the time I have to go back to work Wednesday. So
we're here every Monday between 3 and 4 p.m. here on radiowaterloo.ca/listen. Rogers Digital Cable Channel 946 in Southern Ontario, of course, 102.7 on the FM dial in Kitchener-Waterloo. That is all.
Please listen.
Yeah, that's all.
Please listen, everyone.
That's the bottom line, folks. We'll see you down the road. Up next, here's Green Day and U2.